Now let's begin the conversation. The good news emanating from Kaduna State is that the worshippers abducted from 3 churches in Kurmin Wali on the 18th of January are back home safely. The state's governor, Senator Gov Sani, has stated that 183 victims are now free. According to the governor, 11 victims escaped during the attack and the remaining 172 have now returned, with some rescued and others returning on their own. Receiving the rescued victims at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim House in Kaduna, Governor Sani described the incident as unfortunate and unexpected, noting that security measures are in place to safeguard communities across the state. The governor expressed appreciation to President Bola Tinubu for his support during the difficult period and commended the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, the Department of State Services, DSS, and other security agencies for their close collaboration and commitment, which ensured the safe return of the victims. Now let's hear from the governor.
We would be worried if one person is not here. So that was the reason why I was emphasizing on ensuring that everyone returned. And I'm happy. The community leaders, the traditional leaders, and the religious leaders are now happy that no one is there with the captives, because we wouldn't be sitting here talking if one person is not back. First, I would like to appreciate and thank President Bola Tinubu, who have been with us from day one, working closely with me. He has called me more than 45 times since this incident happened. He showed a lot of concern as a leader, and I want to thank him.
Now let's begin the conversation. Asukwa, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you for being here. But let's begin this way. Now the governor has met with them. Okay, talk to me. What are your thoughts on this story, first of all?
First, let's be thankful that those who were kidnapped are back, and the governor gave a figure because I know then when it happened, we are still thinking about the numbers of people that were kidnapped. So the governor said it was about 183, and he said that 11 victims escaped and about 172 returned. So this is cherry news for us.
Really cherry news.
We hope we'll not get to this particular point where people will be kidnapped where they are worshipping their gods.
Exactly. 3 churches.
3 churches, it means that it was coordinated.
Yes.
They knew what they wanted to do, and they went to those churches and picked them up. This is a wake-up call for everybody. Sometimes we do not know what these people want, but it's now getting to a point whereby it's like some people are now using it as a business. You kidnap people, you unsettle the government, and people are beginning to
just
cry
to make
out.
the government look bad.
Very bad, And at the end of the day, you release them, you release the people. We don't know what would have transpired, but from what the governor said, he actually, commended the NSA, the DSS, all the security, agencies for working in a very, very collaborative manner to be able to, achieve this success.
Now, beyond the reception at the government house, what can be done to ensure that this thing does not happen again? It's an embarrassment that it even happened at all.
Well, I think, to me, we just have to find a way to ensure that everybody is secured. One, we have so many ungoverned spaces.
Okay.
We must try to see how the spaces that we are left, either in the past or now, have a semblance of governance.
That's true.
Okay? A semblance of governance in the sense that if we have a local government chairmen should begin to go to all their localities to ensure that if every ward they need to build hospitals in those wards, if they need to build a security post in those areas, in their local government, if they need to build even a primary school in their locality, they should do that, because that is the only way people will know that they have a government in place. Because whereby you leave your area, you call yourself a local government chairman, and you leave your area and nobody is there, no semblance of governance, the only thing is just your community members, and then you go to the capital city to lounge. Yet you are calling yourself a local government chairman.
And they voted for you.
And they voted for you. People will feel that they don't have a government.
Sure.
But local government chairmen across board must always ensure that they go to their local communities, all the communities in their locality. We know traditional rulers have their own domain.
Yes.
But their domain will not be as large. Take, for instance, if we say Ketu, for instance, Ketu is large, it's big. But we have some other small obas, you know, bales, who are in different places in Ketu. So those places, like Ikosi Ketu, the oba in Ikosi Ketu cannot go to Agboyi Ketu, for instance, because they will have another oba there. You understand? So it means that they have obas in those areas. That is oba.
Let's go bale. You know,
yeah, bale here, bale here. So you know that is traditional institutions, and those are the ones that coordinate and know that this is where I was born, and this is where I have my domain, and I can always get information on who is coming to my domain. And if the person does not look like somebody that I know, that is when they can tell the security agencies. But how do they tell the security agencies if they don't have a semblance of government?
Yes.
So it is from the traditional rulers that the traditional rulers will now move to the government, and the government is the people I'm mentioning now. You must have a police post.
Yes.
You must have hospitals, because then once you have hospital, government will definitely bring a police officer there. If you have a school, the government will definitely at least 2 civil defense officers will be there.
Now, the president has once advised states to rethink establishing schools in remote areas.
Yes.
Now, for churches and as well, for mosques as well. Now, these 3 churches were attacked. Is this something that you would advise CAN to adopt, whereby establishing churches in remote areas, far-flung places, so that bring them to a place just to secure, the churchgoers? Is this something you would advise?
Based on our belief, the Bible says, go into the world and preach the gospel.
But for security, we need to...
See, Christians would always want to go to places that Christianity has not gotten to. So it will be as if you do not want to go and preach the gospel.
Now, how do we balance it now?
To balance it up is, churches must also start to think of how they can equip themselves technologically.
Okay.
So, meaning that if they need to get the higher churches, that is, if for instance it's Equa Church, for instance, get the Equa in headquarters, to assist in making sure that when once anything happens, they should be able to trigger like an alarm,
early warning
immediately,
signs and all.
You understand? So that the headquarters or that communication will be there.
Okay.
You understand? That communication has to be there. So can also assist. Thank God they have a body.
Exactly.
They can now assist, educating churches. I know that you want to move further. If you are moving further, make sure that you have a phone. And if there's no technology in that area, try and see how you can get maybe MTN, Airtel, to build something that is around. Because right now, we need to find a way to get ourselves secured. All Nigerians have to be secured. I know that the president will not sleep until everybody is secured in Nigeria. And that is what is what we are talking about now. Local government chairman, I keep saying it, must find a way, because now that the governor is saying he wants to build hospital in that area, it means that something was lacking there.
And also, finally, before we go to our next topic, there are some people who are saying that this attacks was meant to make the government look bad. 3 churches all at once. I remember we're still dealing with Donald Trump and his, you know. What's your response to people who say
well, you cannot
this is a deliberate attack
you cannot rule that
to
out.
make the government look bad?
You cannot rule it out, okay? There are 2 things. Okay. You can't rule it out that some people have the hand in it, you know, to make the government
politically motivated.
Yes. Yeah, it might be. You understand? And also, you cannot also rule out the social parts too.
Okay.
You know, the social part in the sense that some people might feel that, I am hungry and I need to...
And just have to go into crime.
That is where the government have to come in to see how they can get people to get jobs for some idle hands.
Yes.
So that people find good jobs for them to do rather than kidnapping people for ransom, you know, or kidnapping people for them to, you know, for us to begin to say, oh, they have kidnapped my brother, my sister. I remember the one that happened long time ago in, I think, in Lorry last year. Somebody came to my church and said, thank God they've released the person. You know, so it means that there are some people who stuck in trade now is for them to kidnap our brothers and sisters for no just reason. You know, some, just like you said, for political reasons, you know, that I can't rule that out. But some is just for either social. So the government must find a way to make sure that people who are idle, you know, find something to do, no matter how small the thing is.
Yeah, because if you look at it, poverty, ignorance, you know, illiteracy, all of these things are the things that is fueling
this kidnapping.
Anyway, we're still expecting BKO in Abuja studios, okay? So it won't just be like I'm just talking with Asuko just alone. So straight to our next conversation.